Hello everyone who somewhat regrets pushing the alpha test button. I am BorderWise and welcome back to another From the Depths campaign commentary. We've only got a few of these to go before I am satisfied and ready to start Godly Meter, because by gum, it's taking me too long to get around to that. So, we're doing the Twin God mini campaign, and I must apologize ahead of time. This campaign at the moment is a little bit buggy. I don't know whether that's because I did an alpha test, which was very silly, I apologize. Or whether it's just like, it hasn't been updated in a while. I'm not sure. Anyway, the Twin God is officially my least favorite faction From the Depths. They are... I mean, if you've watched the channel regularly, you'll know that. You basically know that already. They are the most cheesy faction. Man, they love their dairy product. It's a pain. They weren't too bad in this playthrough, I do have to say. So yeah, you're watching sped up map footage, because we want to get to the fights, of course we do. I managed to do this campaign at about 2 hours or so. So yeah, I do win. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And I did learn some things on the way, which is kind of the whole point of me doing these little mini campaigns before I get stuck into Neater. First things first, just like when I played through the Christmas campaign some time ago, if you haven't seen that, do recommend it. I do whinge a lot, but apart from that, it's good. The gremlin, for some reason, that's the Ailstorm gremlin, the little helicopters we have here. For some reason, it just tends to, get absolutely Tyrannosaurus shreked by EMP missiles fired from land defenses. It was like, wow. And that EMP charge there, actually managed to turn the guns off. It fried the local weapon controller controlling the advanced cannons there, and that's no good. I think actually it disabled both of them, and that's bad because I tested the gremlin thoroughly on and off. It's seen a lot of service. It's a damn good annoying little front sider, but that's the thing. You can test something for 1,000 hours, and then it's just because of sheer dumb coincidence you didn't find the one thing it was vulnerable to. So here we are, spawning in the Dragon Force, another thing that's done excellent service. I'm not sure it's my best air superiority laser thing, but it's it's pretty decent. Really had to spawn it in here because you'll notice that its tail is different. So those of you who have a sharp eye would remember that the Dragon Force kind of has a wiggly tail rather than a spinny tail. Some extra combat testing in the designer against, I don't remember what it was fighting against. Maybe the Scarlet Dawn Velocity or something like that. In any case, the wiggly tail was not quite good enough. And right there you can see, not only does the local weapon controller get taken out on the gremlin, but a whole bunch of other AI components as well. So this is like a real wake-up call. It's like, oh wow, I thought I had good enough EMP defense on this, and I did not. So right here, because, well, the fight's basically over, I go have a look-see here, and I'm like, I thought I had enough stuff here. Turns out, no, I do not. I thought just having lots of stone there would be good enough. Wasn't. And the problem is that you've got a whole bunch of EMP vulnerable stuff in the front there, and that's no bueno. That is, no bueno. No gracias. I don't know why I'm speaking bad Spanish. Admittedly, bad Spanish is the only kind of Spanish I can speak. So I think that's an This is not ideal, by the way. This was very much a rush job because I was actually playing the campaign right there. So that was just when I was making the gremlin. A big whoopsie. Me forgetty how things work. So yeah, I really need to actually put a proper, EMP trap there. That's the problem with having a compact little front side like that. It's like, alright, you want your local weapon controller where the firing piece is. Oh, you've stuck the firing piece at the front. You blinking silly billy. I could actually redo the gremlin to, put the APS firing pieces, further back, because goodness knows the gremlin needs all the accuracy it can get. It really does. I also should possibly change it to have stabilizing shells, because that would, offset the fact that it's a very unstable firing platform. Ye gods. And this is our first attack, properly. So, what was this? I think this was the... What was this? Problem with sped up footage is that it's hard to see what the hell is happening. I believe it is... Oh, it's the Valor, that's the one. So yeah, this is this thing. Thank goodness I had the Dragon Force, and this is a little hot tip for anyone who's never fought the Twin Guard in the wild before. They love their annoying little drones. They really do. So you simply got to bring along some kind of hit scan weapon with you, and like not just a hit scan weapon, something that's optimized for fly swatting. So yeah, that's a good idea. And once again in this campaign, it is the aircraft that are saving my bacon. Like, the Twin Guard do really, really bad things to ships. Like, I don't know if it was intentional, but the whole faction seems designed to troll people who want to, like, basically who want to relive the Second World War with battleships and stuff, because they're like, ha, we have drones, we have swarms of drones, we are going to Yamato you in the way the Yamato died. So yeah, that's kind of their whole thing. And the Gremlin, unfortunately, just like absolutely, I don't even know what happened to it. It must have taken like a whole bunch of missiles to the side there. Also, to the people who don't like it when I pull craft out of play when they get too damaged, like I know that's like a kind of like, oh, you magically make it vanish out of combat. Well, the AI factions do also kinds of lots of stupid magical tricks, so I'm gonna keep doing that, and, like, you are allowed to think that's bad, but, I do not want to, like, rebuild my stuff, like, just when it's not... It also, helps the fight actually happen faster. If one of my craft gets crippled, and enemies are shooting at it, that's kind of wasting their time and their attention. So yeah, I don't know. It's just how I prefer to do it. And so this whole fight is just kind of degenerating into the Valors trying to shoot at the that bomber craft right there, which is, what the hell did I call that thing? Called the Before the Dawn. Again, all names after metal bands. Thanks again to everyone who like suggested like metal band names. It's really, really cool. I actually kind of want to redo the Dragon Force aesthetically. I think I could do better with the wings. I think I could do a lot better with the wings, actually. I think, yeah. But yeah, it's just so useful to have, like, a dedicated anti-air laser thing just chase down tiny stuff and cook it. Like, seriously, like, the Dragon Force is not perfect. It's not by a long way. Against larger stuff, it really struggles. I really need to come up with basically a stronger version of the Dragon Force for when I run into Scarlet Dawn velocities, because I have tested the Dragon Force against the velocity, and the velocity actually has decent laser defense, so that's simply not going to work. The good news is that I have a plan. I have a very silly plan that involves particle cannons, so yeah. I don't know what I'm going to name that thing. It just occurred to me right now. It's like, I don't know, but I need to do a little shorter video on, like, the little pack thing that is very stupid. If you're expecting pack genius, particle cannon flavored genius from me, you're gonna be disappointed because I'm very inexperienced with pack. I've played From the Depths a lot, but a lot of that was making the same kind of cram canoe slightly different over and over again, so I guess I was having fun. And yep, once again, evasion is like, ugh. Also, a quick question for people. Like, I've been told that for lasers and particle cannons and anything hit scan, the best settings is like 0% bearing, range, and... well, it was bearing, range, and distance time, which contradicts what people have told me in the past, which is you've got to set that to 0.1 because you do need a little bit of prediction, otherwise it's going to miss horribly. Oh yeah, and this is me trying to... that little face... See, that's the most annoying thing about the Twin Guard. But yeah, anyways, like, so let me know what you've heard on the grapevine, particularly what's said in the FTD official help channel. I never remember to ask things in there. I know I probably should. It is pretty helpful, assuming you catch it. Assuming you catch that channel when there's people there who are in a helpful mood. I have had the experience of being completely ignored before, and it does not feel good. So yeah. I think the Dragon Force... Okay, yeah, the Dragon Force did get hit in the head, did get hit in the face a little bit there. I actually kind of want to make wings on that point forward. And I know it's kind of a fat jet fighter, really. Like, I know. Actually, I could really redo it. And yeah, like, shout out to that one person who got, like, really mad in the comments in the Let's Build where I was building the Dragon Force. saying that this is not a jet plane. Go and reference it, what jet fighters actually look like. And I was like, bro, have you played this game? Like, making jet fighters like the way they are in real life is actually not the optimal way to do them. Like, using missiles, like, to begin with, for anti-air duty is not the best idea. And also, if you're gonna make a laser craft, like, it's gonna be a little bit chunky, because lasers have to be, well, a little bit big. Oh, and here's another thing coming our way. Man from the Depths has a lot of waiting around, waiting for stuff to happen. What is... Oh, it's the Mirth. Oh, I love this fight. Oh, this fight was beautiful. Also, by the way, in case people are wondering, when I actually get my rear in gear and do the Godly Nita thing, it's not going to be like this. It's not going to be campaign commentaries. It's gonna be live. It's gonna be all live reactions, the way it should be, as it should be, properly. And yeah. And so the Mirth actually is like, oh damn it, I really need to finish the not so secret project I'm doing because it involves Twin Guard vehicles a lot. Because the Mirth, like, this is not the first time I've seen it. I saw this when playing this campaign. I was like, oh, it's you, hello. And it's a bomber. It is an APS ejection bomber. Like, it uses quite sophisticated breadboard. So yeah, it's like, yeah, it's like, yeah. It's a really cool concept. Like, I mean, eventually when I finish that bloody video, which has taken a zillion years to make, you'll see, and dramatically crashes onto the ground. It's just so cool. And it was just so, it was so cathartic. Yes, I know it's not the best television to watch design absolutely sweep it against the enemy, but here's the thing. The Twin Guard are frickin' annoying, and they deserve to get swept occasionally, alright? Don't worry, there will be drama. There will be delight. There will be carnage later. I will be punished for my hubris. But yeah, so the Mirth is an APS bomber. And is it going to do that? There it goes. It just kind of spits shells on top of things like that, which is really cool, actually. And it lost that ramming contest because the Dragon Force is bigger. Also, completely by accident, because the Dragon Force has kind of like empty space in the front and back, it's kind of, it is weirdly resistant to fire. Oh, that was a beautiful crash right there. Like, I know this is very one-sided. You've got a laser jet fighter versus like bombers, but like, man, this was very cathartic. It was like, yes, this is precisely what I made the Dragon Force for. This is its jam. This is its pudding. This is its dessert. This is its burger and fries. Oh no, I've made myself hungry. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, it's got a little face on it. Oh yeah, I was saying earlier that one of the most annoying things about the Twin Guard is that they're annoying as balls, but they're also gorgeous while they do it. So it's like, I've said it before, I'll say it again. It is a little... The Twin Guard is like meeting an incredibly attractive person. Like, we're talking like, you know, like, not conventional beauty, not mainstream beauty, like the beauty that you, specifically you, really, really like. Is like, whatever you're into. Like, I don't know you personally, watching this. Surprise, surprise. I have not yet installed the microphones and cameras in your house. Forget I said that. But yes, like, it's like that. The most gorgeous person you could imagine, but they're just incredibly irritating. It's like they make this noise when they don't even bother, like, disagreeing with you. They just make this noise. When you say something they don't fully approve of. It's like, man, shut up. And that's just one example. That possibly wasn't the best example. Or they just smile in a way that's, like, kind of weird and off-putting. I don't know, basically... Actually, it is... The Twin Guard is, like... That's weirdly fitting. Imagine a incredibly realistic, like, humanoid robot, which is, like, super attractive, but they're just annoying in a robotic way. Actually, that doesn't quite fit. I'm just... look, I'm just making things up on the spot because this is live commentary. This is what I do with my life. Alright, and so we've got our supply, frites, and by the way... Frites? What is a frite? And also, I am trying to... You'll noticing, mostly just in the sped up footage, which I don't know, like, I will make no apologies because ye gods, like, this would take a zillion years if I didn't speed this up. I'm trying to name all my crafts so I get attached to them, And so it's more dramatic when they die horribly and uselessly. So, right here, we're fighting the Hive, and the tag team of a Before the Dawn and the Dragon Force is just really, really good. Because the Dragon Force hunts down the little annoying drones like this, and the Before the Dawn just, like, you know, blows everything else to pieces. And the Dragon Force is like, it will quite happily, like, it just goes for whatever's closest, so it don't even care. It don't even care, bro. Also, I think it prioritizes small, fast targets as well. So it will hunt down. It will just hunt down and fly swap things. Also, in case anyone doesn't remember, the Dragon Force has two behaviors. If it's fighting something smaller than it, it will close in, and if it's fighting something larger than it, it will keep its distance. It's really simple. It's literally done with ACBs. It's not particularly complicated. It works incredibly well, and I highly recommend doing that for your campaign craft. Really should do that on my boats as well. It's like, small stuff, close in, which is not always the best idea, because sometimes the small stuff is a nuclear weapon. So yeah. I should do that on the, Blind Guardian, like I guess cruisery thing? I don't know what, I think the Blind Guardian is... The Blind Guardian, aka the pallet-swapped Icicle. Like, yeah, oh, that was very satisfying. Kablooey. I do have to hand it, when you do manage to explode Twin Guard drones, they are very satisfying. Oh, I just got reminded that the Dragon Force, it used to have incendiary missiles in that little chin turret that it has. It's now got interceptors because it kind of needs the extra missile defense. And the incendiary missiles tended to miss a lot anyway. Alright, so this is where, like, things take a long time. You're gonna see, probably at some point, like, a real jump in footage. Also, shout out again to whoever did the From the Depths soundtrack. It's actually really good. Unfortunately, we're hearing a lot... So, you can see there, we've captured a lot of tiles. We've run around, and we're going for that hive that's up north. And this is where things are bugged. Because, what was it? I think Eris and that one hive are, like, off target. That hive actually should have been on a resource zone, but instead, it's over land in what would be Steel Strider's territory. And that is no bueno. This shouldn't be here. So, I don't know if this is because it's an alpha test, and alpha test is like, well, alpha test is alpha test. Or whether this campaign just hasn't been updated in a hot second, but, like, I don't know. Let me know if you know. If you know, let me know. And if you don't know, I don't know, say what you had for breakfast or something. Or describe your thoughts on the Twin Guard. Because, like, I don't know, like, the Twin Guard in concept are great. I do not want them to do the repair tentacle thing anymore. Like, I'm so sick of it. However, in this campaign, this was actually a good thing for me to do because it reminded me of a very important thing about repair spam. It doesn't work when you're not in or adjacent to a friendly or allied tile. Which means that on the defense, the Twin Guard are really irritating because they can do that repair tentacle crap. But if they're in your territory, they can't do that. This makes a huge difference. Which means that the valid campaign strategy against that repair tentacle nonsense... for both the Twin Guard and anyone else which uses it, which is, let's face it, I think it's basically just the Scarlet Dawn that also does it, is just lure them deep into your territory and then kill them. So I think that probably works a lot better. And also the AI is easily thick enough for you to be able to do that. It does also mean, though, that when you do fight them on their turf, it is a hell of a roadblock. But hey, if you throw enough missiles at the Leniakea, it dies, so, like, you know, life could be worse. Life could be a lot worse. And yes, sweet, sweet music for what is kind of a sad fight. Like this, I didn't feel good about this one. As much as I like to troll the Twin Guard whenever possible, it does not happen very often because... Also, you've got to bear in mind that faction difficulty in From the Depths, be it for Neater or any campaign in the game or a custom campaign, it's dependent a lot on your playstyle and what you are naturally inclined to do. My playstyle means I do not have a good time against the Twin Guard because they like to spam little drones, they like to spam repair, And I don't know, I think I'm an attrition warfare kind of person. Like, I just like to evade, and I don't know what I do. I certainly, like, my builds definitely don't finish fights as quickly as they should. Like, I watch Lathrix play from the depths, and it's just like his stuff. That looked really sweet, though. It is really fun to, like, what. This is one of the reasons why it's a shame HE. I mean, HE is just fine against small targets, I guess. But, like, when it juggles a little plane like that, it's like, oh, it's so satisfying. But anyway, watching Lathrix play through from the depths, and admittedly, you've got to remember, he edits his videos, like, a lot. He literally edits out the more tedious stuff, which I'm trying to do more so these days as well, because, you know, life is short. You don't deserve to watch extended periods of nothing. But yeah, it's like the kind of thing where, like, things bombs in, bang, dead. What was it? That ancient Niter campaign he did, like the Malal's Will, which was just like a wooden thing, no armor, basically just all firepower all the time. So yeah, you'll notice, maybe if your eye was close enough, you noticed that there was a nuclear thing there. There is a version of the Dragon Force bomber that spawns nukes. That is the emergency option. I do not intend on using that a lot. And yeah, so what we got here, life has moved on because I'm just trying to build up like big nasty stuff to take down the HQs. And this is one of the beautiful things about the Before the Dawn, is that it's a sister plane, the Creeping Death torpedo bomber. So it was originally, like in the Pale Fleet, it was like the Ice Wind and the Ice Current. These things are basically the same blueprint, except one's a missile bomb. Oh, the timid! This fight made me sad, but at the same time, it was, again, very satisfying. It's like, ha ha ha, you send a submarine, I have a torpedo bomber on speed dial. But anyway, I love the timid, it's so good. It's, maybe needs a bit of TLC, because that is not optimal crammage, but then again, it's not supposed to be a challenging design. What was I saying? Right, so, having a craft, having two different craft which are almost but not quite the same, and they're like specialized for different things. It's one of the great things about missiles, actually. It is not that difficult to turn a missile bomber into a torpedo bomber or vice versa. So I can literally just retrofit it like on the spot, like so long as it's near enemy territory, which is very convenient. It means you don't really need separate squadrons of Before the Dawns and Creeping Deaths, or like missile bombers or torpedo bombers. Depending on what's coming at you, provided you remember what's coming at you. Like, I got lucky with this one because I remembered the name Timid. How can you forget the Timid? This thing is fantastic. I believe at one point I'd check who made it. I believe this is one of Matt's designs, who built the entire Twin Guard, or so it feels like. And yeah. So I believe the Timid is an easy design. It's just a beautiful... This is the kind of Twin Guard design, by the way, which is good, and I feel like... Oh, here's the thing. Keepers of the lore and community designers and devs, you are not obligated to listen to me at all, but this is what makes the Twin Guard cool and interesting. Is this kind of like, you know, this mecha stuff. No one likes the Twin Guard because of the repair tentacle nonsense. Like, no one likes that. We like turtles. We don't like cheese. Like, this is not a cheesy turtle. This is a beautiful turtle, and it makes turtle noises, which is one of the most endearing things about it. And also, damn you, Matt, for making it make sad turtle noises. Also, yes, if you haven't seen my attempted playthrough of Dr. Kreutz's Custom Adventure Mode Contested Mist, please go watch that, because it's really good. I am very, very, very bad at Adventure Mode, just because I have not had much practice with it, and I don't have the rhythm and the rhyme for it. Oh, it retreats the head! Which, funnily enough, makes this not quite a turtle or a tortoise, but a combination of the two. Alright, it's biology nerd time. Strap yourselves in, people! Turtles, and not even all turtles, where actually some turtles can that. I believe sea turtles cannot do that. Retract their necks into their shells. Or maybe they can. Wait, nope, I'm gonna Google this. I know I don't usually Google this, but, you know, you can be amused on screen for a second, because we're blowing up a robot turtle. Like, you know, you can handle that, right? Okay, so let's do... Turtle neck retraction. Now, I do not want the AI thingy. Okay, fizz.org. No, not fizz.org. Which turtles can retract their necks? Because here's the thing: every tortoise is a turtle. Not every turtle is a tortoise, because like tortoise evolved from turtle. Turtle not evolved from tortoise. Like it tends to go, thing was in water and then it evolved to be on land. But sometimes it's the other way around. Which turtles can... Oh no, sad turtle noises, I'm sorry, but I must kill you. I'm so sorry. This is the only timid I saw in this campaign, so it's like, you know, it is literally an endangered species that I made extinct. Can retract. Okay. Okay, so according to the Olive Ridley project, I believe... What the hell is the Olive Ridley project? Alright, that is a sea turtle charity. Sea turtles cannot retract their heads into their shells. Their bodies are well adapted to swimming with generally flatter shells as opposed to the high domed shells of tortoises. Sea turtles have the same muscles as other turtles, which allows them to pull back their heads, but there is simply not enough space in the shell to fully retract the head. Okay, so there's some confirmation there. Man, like it takes digging. Remember when Googling things was easy? And you could just like, oh, there it is. That's the information I want to... No, they stick an AI summary on it now. It's like, it's... the hilarious thing that is, in the game From the Depths, the robots annoy me, and in real life, actually, AI or like large learning algorithms are not robots. They don't actually have anything to do with them, so that's kind of not accurate. But, you know, the machines... Machines! So annoying, the machines! Somebody make the machines... wait a minute. Is that Cram? That's Cram, right? I'm looking at the footage right now, it's like, that's not lasers, right? That's really... That would be very silly. Nope, that is Crams. That is a hilarious Cram cannon. Imagine if the Timid was retrofitted for that to be like a single-barrel Doom Cram. That would actually be legit scary. It would just pop out of the water and just blow your entire everything off. And then submerge, which... Oh no, sad turtle noises. More sad turtle noises. No, I'm sorry, Turtle. I'm so sorry, Mr. Turtle. Mr. Turtle. Mr. Turtle. Mr. Turtle. I don't know if you're a mister. Just like in the, what's it, the first two... Is it the first Discworld novel or the second one? Oh, it's the first one. It's the first one where they have to, like, ascertain the sex of Great Atuin, the World Turtle. Because if it finds another World Turtle, like, who's gonna be on top is the question. You know, I was wondering how I was going to fill the space for this fight. I was actually considering, like, speeding through it. Is this sped up footage? I don't know. I am... fried right now. I've had a coffee I've had a coffee at exactly 5 o'clock, and so now there's no more hope for me. There will be no sleep tonight. There will be no sleep, there will be no rest, and oh no! The turtle's disintegrating. I'm sorry, the Olive Ridley project. You tried to save the turtle, and I exploded the turtle! No! But yeah, like, more animal mecha would be really sweet for the Twin God and less repair tentacle crap. I shouldn't call it crap, that's disrespectful. Less repair tentacle nonsense. That is still disrespectful, but less so. I really hope people aren't getting sick and tired of me, like, whinging about how the Twin God are irritating. Like, you know, this video is the Twin God campaign, so that's to be expected. Let's try and focus on the positive. That was a really cool-looking turtle. It is dead now. And, like, yeah, like, this, I mean, it's a shame that this campaign was kind of bugged. Alright, so if you want me to, like, this fight did not go well, because, but also, there's a really cool thing about, this little campaign that needs to, I think, revenge fleets are awesome, and every bloody resource platform or something in the campaign should have one, even if it's a small one, as a treat. So yeah, over there we have a godly craft, the Disgust. And the thing about the Disgust is that it is disgusting what it does to surface vessels. So, hello, this is the Blind Guardian battle cruiser, or just cruiser. I'm not sure what the hell is the classification here. But yeah, no, those are huge missiles, and they hurt like hell. That just decapitated the main turret, no problem. So yeah, this was unfortunate. So this is not an even fight at all. I was like, great, more bloody nonsense. But to be fair to the Blind Guardian, it's like just over 300k, like 350. I forget what the exact thing is. But yeah, like no, the Disgust is bigger and more expensive than this, and it's kind of hard countered to like deal with surface targets. And the Blind Guardian is kind of a generalist roadblock, I guess. It's not really supposed to. Actually, I really should stick ECM on the Blind Guardian precisely for when things like this happen. There's also the problem that main gun on the Blind Guardian is really, really not good enough. And I probably should swap out the diff guns for something more consistent. I really should. Problem is, diff is awesome. You gotta love diff. You gotta love a diff gun. If I was a diff gun, fa la 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 la. Yes, I'm not commenting on the fact that the Blind Guardian is flying. I really should stick better pitch control on this thing. Actually, I'm gonna. Where's me notes? Where's me notes? Where is me notes? I have note paper. I should note things. Oh no! Oh, it's almost like a lightweight alloy thing that's supposed to bully craft smaller than it. It does not do very well when faced with a magic flying brick. Yes, I said it. The Disgust is magic. One of the most annoying things, and yep, I know I said I hope people weren't annoyed. Well, in this case, too bad. You get to be annoyed for a little bit. Is that looking at Disgust, looking at sub-vehicle turret mechs like this one. That sub-vehicle has no propulsion on it, it has no lift jets or something, but it's effectively rendered weightless. So this, like, is really, really... It's, like, really frustrating, honestly. Like, if you bought this game and played it expecting something with, like, consistent physics, because it's like, alright, so this thing just... The tractor beams are just magic, I guess. And the devs have just straight up said, no, we don't want to make it so that, tractor beams require power or anything like that because they don't want to limit creativity. I'm feeling pretty limited right now because it means that, like, alright, I have to overcost this thing in order to fight it. There is no fair fight with things like this unless you're doing exactly the same thing they are. My creativity feels stifled. I am a simple canoesmith. And I want my canoes to be happy. And... Bro, what did you do? Alright, so I just turned off the movement here because I frankly did not see the point of moving because the Blind Guardian cannot dodge those missiles. And my hope here is that the Before the Dawn can, like, if the Disgust isn't moving, if it's focusing on the Blind Guardian, it means we can get some missiles on it. Unfortunately, I don't know why I made that thing reverse. Why did I do that? And I was just like, okay, nope, that's not going well. So this was on me. That, like, the Twin Guard brought the wrong things to the fight before. They sent Mirth bombers, and then I had a Dragon Force just handy to kill them all. I brought light cruisers to a huge missile slugfest, and that was not my best move. Also, that bloody Before the Dawn. I think at one point the stupid thing flies over the top of that, and the Disgust actually does have lasers on it, which I think is mostly an anti-nuke measure. We'll get to the nukes, don't worry. Alright, so... Blind Guardian, notes for that. Blind Guardian. More pitch control. Swap diff for Hesh guns. Because there needs to be more main firepower there. And then the bloody Dragon Force is going for... That's one of the problems with using the Dragon Force against the Twin Guard, because the Dragon Force prioritizes smaller targets, which means it goes for sub-vehicles. And if the sub-vehicle in question is, like, you know, attached to something that's constantly repairing it, that is a bit of a pain in the patootie. And that is no bueno at all. So I think at one point I'm like, alright, this ain't gonna work, guys, we need to retreat. So I think that's what happens here? I do not remember. Because just, yeah, you see at the top there just like how outmatched we are on this fight. It's not good. And I guess we could... Did I let this fight go the distance? I don't remember. Nope, I don't. So... If you know, likey, the fact that I retreat from fights sometimes is like, hey, man, this is a strategy game. Sometimes you gotta cut your losses. And also, one thing you absolutely don't want is to sit through a fight that's taking way, way too long.
Engaging now.
Yeah, that's the moment I was thinking of. I was like, man, oh man. That was because the bomber was focusing on the thing with the most health, which is not the Disgust's main vehicle. Oh, the Disgust is disgusting! Oh, it disgusts me. It is, and again, it looks really, really cool. I am convinced, and I know it'll be really difficult, that you could replace every single sub-vehicle turret thingy in the Twin Guard. You could replace it with something that just has the mech part as a turret, much like, it's the Havoc. That tiny little drone. Something like that, but scaled up. Yes, I know it'll be really difficult. Yes, I know it won't be optimal. But here's the thing. Campaign designs are often not optimal anyway, because they have a rule set on them. I think it can be done. Like, maybe I should try that myself, put my money where my mouth is. Let me know if you want me to try that. Like, it would be really quite fun to... Maybe not something epic like the Gravitas or something like that. Maybe none of the Godlies. But just something that's, maybe something smaller. Maybe something like the... there's a thing... Yeah, the Horror. One of the smaller mechy things. Like, you know, you could make a canoe, catamaran type hull and stuff like that. Alright, so now I have not learned my lesson, and I've sent the Blind Guardians in as well. I think the plan here was... to just have the Blind Guardian run the hell away, because, fun fact, it is very, very slightly faster than the Disgust. So, yeah, everyone go for that thing. This thing's a problem. Hey, it's a godly, man, and godlies are supposed to be a problem. Problem is that the main gun is on the front, which is not ideal. Not ideal at all. Alright, and so the plan was to do that, but the problem is, that means that the Disgust is effectively outrunning missiles, and that's no bueno. Oh yeah, I also need to put a note here, and ECM. Are those remote-guided missiles on the Disgust? I do not remember. I think they are? Damn it, I had time to look this up, you know. I had time. Did I do it? No. I did not do it. I did not do it. I did not do it at all. Lol. The Disgust has disgusted me so much. I've turned into Arnold Schwarzenegger. I've turned into a very bad impression of Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm dying. That's how you know I'm not the real Arnold Schwarzenegger. You think he'd die just from speaking in a parody of his own voice? No, he would survive, and then lift weights, and then become governor of California. I'm terribly sorry, I'm a little... I said I was fried, right? I am fried, I'm cooked. The robots drove me mad. They really did. They drove me cuckoo crazy. They drove me bananas. They drove me raspberries. They drove me assorted fruits. Delicious fruit. So right here, I think, is there a repair tentacle? Right, this is the moment where I'm like, oh, outside of friendly territory, these guys can't do their repair nonsense. Interesting. Very interesting. So, maybe I'm wrong, and the whole repair thing, repair cheese thing is only annoying when you fight stuff in the designer, because it always is on there. And maybe in the campaign it's actually fine. Actually, in adventure mode it would also be kind of a problem, but adventure mode is like, ugh, that's a whole another animal. I'm embarrassed of my performance in Contested Miss, but to be fair, I have played the Nito adventure mode a little bit off camera. Not too far. I want to save that for when I actually do it in a video. Someday, Yes, I will try. I will definitely do my best. I am not Lathrix. Do not expect greatness. Do not expect miracles. Do not expect style or grace and a party on your face. That would hurt, actually, an entire party on your face and people dancing and getting drunk and throwing up. What do people do at parties again? I am one of the proudest moments in my life. I know this is off topic, but we're hanging out here. We're watching a Disgust get slowly cooked alive by missile bombers. Once again, the Before the Dawn saves the bacon. This thing has saved my ass in campaigns so much, especially if you include its predecessor, the Icewind. Not Icewind, what the hell was it? Was it the Icewind? Yes, the Icewind. I never remember the name of it. Anyway, so one of the proudest moments in my silly introvert life was when I was invited to a kind of, like, book club. It was a writing group I was part of for a while. It wasn't bad, it's just eventually I left because of, like, I wasn't getting enough writing done. I don't get no writing done now, so no improvement was made. Ah, yes, the jump cut. To when the Disgust actually finally, damage is, like, very slow on this thing. What was I saying? Anyway, basically, I walked all the way there. It was like, what was it, like a 3-kilometer trot from where I was living at the time? And I got there, and it was dark. Oh, that's a really cool shot. Oh, and then it disintegrates. Oh, that is frickin' cinema. Oh, yeah. Yum. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, so I walked like 3 kilometers there or something like that. Got to the party place, and the place, it was a small room. It was dark. It was dark. It was too hot. It was noisy. I knew basically no one there. And I stood in the doorway, looked around for a moment, and then thought, bugger this, and I walked all the way home immediately. And I legitimately... I don't know. This is back before I had therapy and, like, didn't face discomfort as well as I do now, hopefully. But, yeah, so... that was, like, legitimately one of my... That's a warm, fuzzy memory for me. It's like, you know what? This is going to suck. I don't have to do this. I am a grown-as man-animal, a manimal, if you will. I really enjoyed the walk here, and I'm going to enjoy the walk back now. And then I had a nice, relaxing evening by myself. It was glorious. So yeah. Now, we're finally dealing with... This is Thanatos, I believe. Yeah, it is. So yeah, so Thanatos is, the HQs, I'm like... Here's the thing about the HQs. They don't need to be particularly scary, because remember, you gotta fight these damn things on every difficulty. So, yeah. That's totally fine. Thanatos, the male Twin Guard HQ type thing. And yeah, not very big crams. Blind Guardian deals with that just fine. The Blind Guardian is very good at, like, dealing with waves of, like, easy, regular, and hard enemies. It's when the Godly show up that it does kind of have a problem. Which is kind of why I need to swap out those diff guns for, like, Hesh. Simply because the Blind Guardian struggles with, like, heavy armor wedge spam a little bit. And Hesh can actually do something against that. So I need to put some, just some belt-fed Hesh guns on it. And see how we do. It probably wouldn't do much better against itself. Probably do Hesh Frag or something like that. Because, that always goes down the treat. Maybe Hesh Heat. You know what I should do? I should do, like, Hesh guns that are kind of, like, kind of APS... How do you say this? You know how crams are, like, slow shells that do a lot of damage? I should do that, but with APS, because, weirdly enough, that is, you see, like, low-velocity APS about as much as you see crams in Neater. Just because the meta is so geared towards, like, fast shells. Because so many things are just evasive, sometimes without even really trying. And so yeah, this is more the Blind Guardian's speed. It's just like, the really dangerous stuff is gone and it's coming in efficiently mopping up, because those shells are definitely more efficient than throwing missiles and stuff, or at least more material efficient. And if a need to, we can turn her off so she doesn't need to burn materials moving. And I believe the plan here is just... Actually, that is the plan right there. Is like you just make sure she can stop moving for a little bit and just pummel the same spot for a little bit. The problem with that is that she is getting shot at, and even a little bit of movement really helps a lot. And just gunning straight for the fuel right there. And this is the... I believe I have a quick squiz at the damage that's actually being done to the Blind Guardian. It's like, alright, I'm repeatedly hitting it in the same spot, but, like, so are they. I am seeing blocks fly off. Time to move! And yeah, the diff guns occasionally go diff, and that is very nice. And right there, that little repair thingy-bobby, what's it? About the repair spam thing, like, it used to be worse. Oh boy, it used to be worse. I remember the days when, like, you could do the repair tentacle thing as, like, the mothership would get healed by, like, sub-vehicles as well, so they'd just be repairing each other back and forth. It was a disastrous nightmare. And also when, before the change where you could repair anywhere, and you didn't need to be in or adjacent to friendly territory in order to do it. That sucked! So, that's the point where old man BorderWise can be like, oh, you darn kids, appreciate... I can say to myself, you darn kid, despite the fact that you're older than your past self, you appreciate what you got. Appreciate it that you have devs that do listen to feedback and do things about it. So yeah, like, you know, I whinge. I know I whinge. Devs, if you're watching this, I know. I'm a whiny person sometimes. But man, oh man, I appreciate the fact that you actually give a damn and you actually listen to this. So thank you for that. This game is very good. It is very good. Spelt V-E-R-I space G-U-D. Very good. Alright, so yeah, this is also why I kind of needed to, it is on my to-do list somewhere to make a kind of cram airship to, like, quickly destroy HQs, because otherwise, these are chunky craft, and, like, I don't know, it takes a long time for something, say, armed only with AP advanced cannons to kill it. Like, you know, like, it does the job just fine. But yeah, you really need something to, like, flatten it better. But thankfully, I think I have ideas. And, like, annoyingly, I actually converted one of my silly for fun canoes into an airship. And it actually did a really good job. Like, with barely any changes, I literally just made it fly, turned it upside down so the cram turret was on the bottom, and the thing killed a stronghold. Like, yeah, I also changed the crams to be, instead of cram spam, just 2 big ones. So there you go. Like, something... I really, when it comes to From the Depths, I really succeed the most when I don't try that hard, so... yeah, don't expect breadboard wizardry from me anytime soon. I'm a basic bread. I'm a basic bread man. I am a basic baker. I'm just such a basic baker, you guys. Like, oh my god, it's like, you don't need the fancy bread. The thing is, I'm actually like that in real life with, like, literal bread. Is like, if you know have a decent, you give me a decent bread, I'm happy. Literally all my genetics come from Northern Europe, so it's like, bread. Give me bread. Give us today our daily bread, and then we will eat it. And then we will put sweet Marmite on it, mate. Or Vegemite if you're feeling brave. Shout out to my Australian viewers. Like, you are just across the pond from me, and I am perpetually embarrassed that parts of Australia are further south than parts of New Zealand. I don't know why I didn't know that. Like, if you want to know a part of, like, oh, yeah, so, Revenge Fleet. I love a Revenge Fleet. It's great. It means that, like, it's a really good way of ensuring that a player just doesn't bum rush HQs. And this is the point where I'm like, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap on a pasta. I need to frickin' quickly retrofit my bombers into nuclear ones, because, yeah. Because, like, I saw another disgust, and I'm like, okay, we need to do something about that. And brace yourself for a lot of sadness and disappointment, because here's the thing. In theory, it's not that hard to make a kamikaze nuke craft. In practice, it's really difficult to get it to behave precisely the way you actually want it to. So just putting these things up ahead of time, and as you can see, these are exactly the same, except, like, they spawn nuclear things, and yeah, everyone go for the hysteria, holy crap. And once again, we get to see the friggin' Blind Guardian get, like, ruffle-stomped by the Disgust.
You're in control now.
And just telling it to run away, buy time for the nukes to do things.
Moving now.
Give it a nice big patrol order to run away. Run away. I want to run away. And the funky techno music. It mocks me. And this is the horror, by the way. I actually think the Twin Garter would look better if the body of the craft was larger in proportion to like the mech torso. Because I don't know, I don't know. I think it would look better. I actually think that the Havoc, that little centaur droney thing, I think it actually looks really good. It's like it's simple, but yeah. And here is where the frustration begins. For whatever reason, my frickin' nukes just do not want to close that final distance on the target, because at the point here, these nukes, the metalheads I call them, they have two behaviors. One is a closing in behavior where they try to hover about 500 meters above the target or something like that, or 200 meters I think, or was it 300? I don't remember. And then the second one is when they're within 400 meters of the target, or just a greater distance than the closing in distance, it switches to hovering 0 meters above the target, and that works just fine for the most part, except when it doesn't. And this is the point where I'm like, ah, damn it, the Blind Guardian is not faster than the Disgust anymore, and it's just like, oh, it was very frustrating. This was very frustrating, because again, this is why it is a good idea to test your stuff in campaigns before you're 100% happy with it, which is kind of the entire point of this whole series, is to make sure my stuff is good and ready, because I am sick and tired of getting surprises like this. I thought my nukes were good. I thought they were well behaved. I thought they were house-trained. I was wrong. They're not house-trained. They are idiots. They have the ability to close right in on the thing, and it just... I don't know why. I genuinely do not know why they were not doing this. I suspect it's something to do with collision avoidance, of them not wanting to fly into each other, and that was just a real problem. And once again, Blind Guardian getting Tyrannosaurus Shrek'd by the Disgust huge missiles. It's a bad time. It is a very bad time, don't you know? Man. And I do have to say, like, before people get... talk too much trash on the Blind Guardian, this is about as good as ships in inverted commas get in From the Depths in terms of usefulness, because the thing is very fast, it has good missile defense, it can take enough punishment in its weight class, so to speak. The problem is it does not punch above its weight very well if things have proper kinetic armor, so yeah, heavy armor wedges are my curse. So yeah, I believe the main gun actually fires AP frag these days, and we got very lucky. For whatever reason, the Fear... Is that what this thing's called?
Receiving.
Yeah, it is the Fear. For some reason, this thing decided to not focus down the Blind Guardian right next to it, decided to shoot at the Before the Dawn a million miles away. Again, I need to double check. I suspect an alpha test, like targeting prioritization, is a little bit stuffed sometimes. I do not know why. But also, I know that the Fear has a laser, which is what made me bail on this fight. Sorry for spoilers, but at some point I'm like, alright, bugger this. I was just genuinely getting annoyed, and by this point I'd been recording for like, I think an hour and a half, and it was late at night, so I was like, I want to get this done. I want to get that sweet victory, like, soon. So at this point, I'm literally just messing with the nuke and just making sure that, like, trying stuff, trying to get it to work, like, at all. And that's the point where the Titan has decided to actually aim for proper, like, you know, aim for the legit target that's right next to it. And at this point, I was thinking, like, well, for the price of that Before the Dawn battlecruiser, I could have had, like, 3 more bombers, and this fight would be pretty damn easy. Once again, yep, oh yeah, the horror just kind of got annihilated, and I'm not sure how that happened. I think maybe the Blind Guardian just ran it over. Entirely possible. Again, I don't know why the Fear wasn't doing things. It's just like, I don't know, the Blind Guardian's getting a bunch of free hitsies on it. And at that point, like, you know, my nukes were running out of materials, and I'm like, well, this is not going well. This is going the opposite of going well. Also, I need to double check what the Fear is actually armed with. I believe it has... Oh, it's got plasma. That explains a lot. I think it also has lasers as well. Ah, right. Yep, that is some kind of lasery thing happening there. Yeah, so no, not... Maybe my nukes were just really scared of all the laser. Oh, that's the horror over there. Lasering things. So that's me trying to turn that off again, and me just being like, this is late night BorderWise, being like, come on, dude, really? Like, I've worked on you so much. It is very pretty, though. I do like how I decorated this. It kind of looks like a permanent marker. It's kind of a permanent or whiteboard marker, like, take your pick. But yeah, no, I like this thing. It's pretty. It's just a shame it was not behaving today. It was not behaving the way I wanted it to. I waved my pen at it. This pen that I'm holding right now. Yes, I'm a real human being with limbs. For those of you who don't watch the live streams with the webcam. And I've managed to turn off the avoidance of allies. And all that's accomplished is, yeah, those 3 nukes did collide all at once. And at that point I'm like, alright, bugger this, retreat and rethink. And yeah, this fight was not going well. It's one of those fights, you know. And there's the Disgust, and over there's a Before the Dawn, that I don't know what happened to this one. I was looking in the wrong place. It must have gotten hit by something. Yep, and retreat. And this fight is just is not going well. It's not going well. It's not going well at all. And over there I see, oh crap, now what? I think if it was the horror torso that managed to, like, bring down those bombers, that's, like, hilariously bad. Alright, so I also got lucky that Revenge Fleet moves really, really slowly. For whatever reason, only moves at 2 meters per second. And it was focused on capturing tiles rather than, like, coming to kill me. So, again, the AI derped and, I got lucky. And as you can see there, Eris, the other HQ, is not on a resource zone, so that actually didn't manage to really spawn anything, which is a crying shame. So, we're like, there's like, both myself and the game could have done better with this particular campaign. But again, this might be alpha test bugging out. Certainly there was, back when I was playing through Steel Sovereigns, really unfortunate that campaign was discontinued, because I was enjoying it. It was really good. But yeah, like there was... Oh, well done, you idiot. I spawned the Dragon Force in the water, and that right there is one of the reasons why having Alloy is really good, because it means that even if your stuff doesn't have... Oh, yeah, this was very, very disappointing. Like... For what, I don't know why those spawned too low, but they just did. Everything spawned in the water. I was like, on the one hand, great, that saves me a lot of time, I guess, but on the other hand, it's like, oh, I wanted redemption, because you might have noticed a cut there. I fixed my nukes. I tweaked them, I made them, I simplified their behavior, actually. I just put the default charge on them, and then they worked perfectly. And I was looking forward to having some nice radioactive revenge, and I was denied it. So, yeah, like, if you're not happy about the Tungard drowning themselves like that, well, neither am I. Neither am I. And I think for... Assuming the current alpha test changes don't get pushed to stable before I do it, I think we're going to have to fight do that final mini-campaign, the Great Talons, in the stable branch, simply because I don't want to take the chance that things bug out. Like, yeah, no, I want good fights. I want my craft, at the very least, to be challenged so I can see what's wrong with them, so I can fix them. And at least on that part, like, we're winning. Alright, so right there... Oh, no, right, here's another... Again, this sucks. This thing is using less power to fly than it should because it's got the magical tractor beam. I will not stop complaining about this. This is a physics-based game, or so it should be. I am a little bit salty because I was really hoping the Blind Guardian would win this one, but the amusement, I think, is like overall twice the cost of the Blind Guardian, so I really should, like, you know, count my blessings. It also managed to do a lot of damage to it, which is, like, pretty cool, honestly. yeah, it's like, you know, it's honestly kind of neat that, like, it was so outmatched, because it really was. But it managed to, like, do a lot of damage before it, like, had to, like, you know, before the inevitable. Admittedly, a lot of the damage was entirely Mr. Blind Guardian, what the hell are you doing? Mr. Blind Guardian. And, like, again, I know that, like, micromanaging your craft like this is not what people want to see. But sometimes the AI in From the Depths is really stupid. So sometimes you have to. And I just, at this moment, I think, like, a rapid-fire Hesh gun would have done terrible, terrible things to this, because it's so compact, and it uses so much heavy armor, it just would have done terrible things to it. Yeah, and APHE does not do well against heavy armor slopes like that. Well, not at this gauge, anyway. And in this, so at one point, actually, like the Blind Guardian actually gets directly underneath it, but still doesn't quite manage to hit anything critical, so... Well done, the amusement. You are a heavy armor brick that has managed to avoid costs and custom jets by magically levitating a giant torso turret. Though it does, again, this thing is annoying, but it looks so cool. Really does. I do think it would look better if the body was proportionally larger and the torso was proportionally smaller. That's just me. Feel free to disagree. Also, I didn't check who made this thing. I hope the amusement is... And that's me futilely checking the block confetti just in case something important was shot off, and it was not. It was a sad day. It was a very sad. It was a very sad. Everything is terrible. I do not know why I've turned into Mario. I was Arnold Schwarzenegger, but now I am a Mario. Thank you for playing my game. There are a zillion games. And Nintendo will sue you if you use me in any kind of media. Even in parodies. I should probably stop this voice. Because otherwise Nintendo will sue me. Yes, they will sue Mario. They don't care. They would sue the old voice of Mario, Charles Martinez, who also voiced Parthenax in Skyrim. I like how as I was doing that, like, the Mario accent was just slowly fading as his spirit left my body. Do you ever get possessed by Nintendo characters? It is more likely than you think. Take your kids to Canoe Church. Protect their souls against the Nintendo menace. The Nintendus, as I like to call it. Right, so the Blind Guardian gave a good accounting of herself, but unfortunately that horrible flying thing is not going down easy. And again, what you got here is a mostly alloy broadsider against what is actually a frontsider. Like, that is a frontsider in disguise. And we don't care for that round here. I do like, looking at this now, it's very clever how the those Azajets on the side, they control roll. Like, you know, they're controlling forward thrust, but like they're also tilted to control roll. It's, I don't know, there might be some breadboard in there, there might be some delicious fresh baked bread in there, but at the same time, like, you don't need breadboard for that. You can just like set up the spin block to respond to roll commands, and it works a treat. So yeah, that's a problem. Really cool though. Damn it! Twin God looks so good. Their aesthetics is so cool, but they're so annoying. Like, scream it from the rooftops. Also, if you disagree with that assessment, do let me know. I am curious to hear what people have to say about that. And yeah, no, the Blind Guardian is basically crippled. She's moving, but she's not really shooting. Basically, all of her guns are disabled because there's some nasty pierce on the amusement. Also interesting that a male Twin Guardcraft is like, I guess, guarding the female HQ. I suppose it's not that unusual, like, it is still the same faction. And I think Thanatos and Eris are canonically, like, in love with each other or something like that. Someone remind me what the Twin God lore is, because there's a reason, like, it's Thanatos and Eris. Like, the two big AIs that, like, gain sentience and they split off from the Scarlet Dawn and do their own thing. Interestingly enough, doing their own aesthetic as well. So yeah. I believe in the lore that's a large part of the reason why the Scarlet Dawn's initial invasion of Nita failed. Because they sent the robots ahead of time, and the robots were like, nope, peace and hugs and flowers. And they, like, you know, allied with the Steel Striders and that kind of thing. It was like, yep. There is lore. I actually like the story in From the Depths. I'm not sure if I ever said that. I like the story. I like the narrative. It's actually one of the reasons why I played this game so much, because if it didn't have that narrative grounding for all the bloody building you do, it wouldn't have held my interest as well. The knowledge that, like, yeah, you're bumbling around in the designer a lot is like, yeah. But, the knowledge that, like, you know, you are essentially prepping non-stop for a campaign or adventure mode or something like that. Yeah, it's like, you know, the narrative is what holds your interest. I, like, what is it? There are various games. Like, I tried Space Engineers and Kerbal Space Program. I didn't like them. Well, partially because I'm so used to From the Depths building that any other kind of, like, building mechanics I just do not like at all. Same for Vorion, I tried that as well. However, the real kicker for Kerbal Space Program and Factorio and all those other kind of building games, they don't have strong narrative. From the Depths does. From the Depths actually has a plot. There's intrigue. There's, like, characters, so to speak, even if there's not so much individual characters you see, but it's like you see there's a narrative there's a story. You are the river rat and you are going to bring peace to the world by fighting everybody and winning, and that's super cool, and that keeps you going in the designer kind of, and like, there we go, take that, you friggin' bastard. Is like, also I forget what I think the Crimson was the first Blind Guardian, that was its name. Do we hover over that one again? No. Okay, we do, but not really. And there we go. Blind Guardian is finishing the fight. And diff guns go diff. That is, if you listen closely, all diff guns make the same noise in From the Depths. They go diff. They go diff, diff, diff. I just realized how hungry I am. I know. Slaughtering robots makes BorderWise hungry. BorderWise hungry. BorderWise need food. BorderWise need big food. Not small food, big food. Also, yeah, like, at this point, like, I know, like, alright, no, we've basically won this one. Those lasers do not do a lot of damage, so at this point I believe the footage is actually sped up here ×2. Just because, yeah, we've won. Yep, it is, this is a little bit sped up, just so we get to the good stuff, which is the windscreen. Spoiler alert, I guess. So yeah, like the HQs themselves, they're not that formidable, and I think Eris just kind of just didn't have enough materials to do that thing that she normally does, which is endlessly spawn more nonsense. So yeah, lovely block confetti, Blind Guardian doing what it does best, which is shooting things until they are dead. And I believe, though, yeah, these missiles didn't even have enough fuel or lifetime to kind of get to where the Blind Guardian is. Again, narrow angle frag. How old is Eris? Is anyone brave enough to go redo the Twin God HQs so they're like, I don't know, not like, they don't need to be godly or anything like that. They're just, I don't know, updated, I suppose. At this point, I just kind of was like, all right, let's have some fun here. Let's do some landscaping on this HQ by like causing things to fall off. Unfortunately, when you're when the gun is several kilometers away, it's actually a miracle it's able to hit this accurately at all. Again, fast APS, oh well, like high velocity APS, I should say. Fast APS could mean anything. It could mean fire rate or anything like that. And that's just turned the laser off, so to speak, and then I was satisfied. I was satisfied. I sat down and was satisfied. Except now I will stand up. I have stood up. Can you hear me now? I'm talking down at you, or at least talking at the microphone. Do I sound different? I should. And now I'm going to sit down again. And this is the most thrilling part of watching a crippled HQ get despawned. Tremendously exciting. Again, I need a cram thing. I need a cram thing to just bum rush an HQ and blow its entire everything off. I really do. Alright, so now I'm going to sit down. It's like, okay, so
Now I'm speaking up to you. My chin is on my desk. Does this sound different? It should. I'm down here. Oh, the ways I amuse myself when I do post-commentary. Ow! Ow! Karma! Ooh, oh, yeah, hooray! Eris is despawning. Ah, jeez. Oh, oh, no. Oh, I got a cramp in my foot by doing that. Oh, I'm not as young and spry as I used to be. Oh, dear. But also is a very funny position. Don't be funny with your body. Be serious with your body. Like, if you're being funny with your body right now, and the Havoc is just, yep, mission's complete. The Ares AI mainframe. Hooray! And we've stolen it for the Lightning Hoods. And par time was 24 hours, and the in-game time was 7 hours. Actual gameplay time was around 2 hours or so. I sped up a lot of it, as you can probably guess, because a lot of it is just sitting and waiting for resources to pile up so you can build a nice big battleship, and then get smacked in the face by the disgust. So, that does it for this campaign commentary. I will try and remember to be unstable for when we do the Grey Talons, and after that is Godly Neater. I wonder if anyone will pay attention when I finally actually do it. It might take more than one attempt because, like, From the Depths does have a bit of RNG in that. Hey man, a Megalodon might show up like immediately while I've got nothing but tiny little bombers and it'll just kill us all. I don't know. We'll see when we get there. But anyway, look forward to the Great Talons. I should probably build some kind of plasma thing for that kind for the Great Talons specifically. But like, you know, we'll get there. We will set that bridge on fire when we're on top of it. Wait a minute. Okay, in any case, thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Support me on Patreon or YouTube membership if you like. It really helps, and there's fun perks in it for you. Like access to a Patreon-exclusive Discord, and at higher tiers, I can review your craft, build you craft. There's fun building events in there. I can do art for you as well. I mean to restart the art streams and the extra game streams at some point in the future, no worries. And also, there are the From the Depths streams. We're building our custom campaign. Platono, come say hi. We would love to see you. Alright, take care. Beware the annoying yet sexy robots. And I'll see you next time in From the Depths. Farewell.